Good morning, friends. We begin our time together with this first live of the morning with a continuation of our reading of Proverbs. Thank you for joining us today as we pick up where we left off last in the book of Proverbs. Okay, there's my sound check. Good morning, Linda. So here's the big picture of Proverbs. And we are starting chapter 16 this morning. So we are, I'll say we're nearing the middle. We're not at the middle yet, but we're nearing the middle of this middle portion. Hundreds of ancient proverbs. And we've still got a ways to go there. We've read through 15, so 6 of those chapters. There are 20 chapters there. So actually, maybe we're not so close to half. uh, more coffee, Tim. Good morning, Mom. Yes, I do have it right. Chapter 16. Okay. I thought so, but okay, here are the reading windows. I'll be reading primarily from the left-hand column, which is a Jewish Bible, the complete Jewish Bible. The right-hand column has the text is found in the New Revised Standard Version Updated Edition, which is, of course, a Christian Bible. I'll primarily use that in order to make things that are uniquely and thoroughly Jewish biblical language that sound odd to our Christian biblical language ears make sense to us. So, friends, let's get the timer in place. And let's read. And while I'm doing that, I will mention there will be another live right after this for this morning. And at the next live, that is when we will pray together. Proverbs, resuming at the opening verse of chapter 16. A person is responsible to prepare his heart, but how the tongue speaks is from Adonai. All a man's ways are pure in his own view, but Adonai weighs the spirit. If you trust all you do to Adonai, your plans will achieve success. Adonai made everything for its purpose, even the wicked for the day of disaster. Adonai detests all those with proud hearts. Be assured that they will not go unpunished. Grace and truth atone for iniquity, and people turn from evil through fear of Adonai. When a man's ways please Adonai, he makes even the man's enemies be at peace with him. Better a little with righteousness than a huge income with injustice. A person may plan his path, but Adonai directs his steps. Divine inspiration is on the lips of the king, so his mouth must be faithful when he judges. The balance of scales of just the balance and scales of justice have their origin in Adonai. All the weights in the bag are his doing. It is an abomination for a king to do evil, for the throne is made secure by righteousness. The king should delight in righteous lips, and he should love someone who speaks what is right. The king's anger is a herald of death, and one who is wise will appease it. When the king's face brightens, it means life. His favor is like the clouds that bring spring rain. How much better than gold it is to gain wisdom. Yes, rather than money, choose to gain understanding. Avoiding evil is the highway of the upright. He who watches his step preserves his life. Pride goes before destruction, and arrogance before failure. Better to be humble among the poor than share the spoil with the proud. He who has skill in a matter will succeed. He who trusts in Adonai will be happy. A wise-hearted person is said to have discernment, and sweetness of speech adds to learning. Common sense is a fountain of life to one who has it, whereas fools are punished by their own folly. The wise man's heart teaches his mouth, and to his lips it adds learning. Pleasant words are like a honeycomb, sweet to the taste, and healing for the body. Excuse me. There can be a way which seems right to a person, but at its end are the ways of death. A working man's appetite acts on his behalf because his hunger presses him on. A worthless person digs up evil, gossip. It is like scorching fire on his lips. A deceitful person stirs up strife, and a slanderer can separate even close friends. A violent man lures his neighbor astray and leads him into evil ways. One who winks knowingly is planning deceit. One who pinches his lips together has already done wrong. White hair is a crown of honor obtained by righteous living. He who controls his temper is better than a war hero. He who rules his spirit better than he who captures a city. One can cast lots into one's lap, but the decision comes from Adonai. Better a dry piece of bread with calm than a house full of food, but also full of strife. An intelligent slave will rule a shameful son and share the inheritance with his brothers. The crucible tests silver, and the furnace tests gold, but the one who tests hearts is Adonai. An evildoer heeds wicked lips, a liar listens to destructive talk. He who mocks the poor insults his maker. He who rejoices at calamity will not go unpunished. Grandchildren are the crown of the aged. Well, the glory of children is their ancestors. Fine speech is unbecoming to a boor, and even less lying lips to a leader. A bribe works like a charm in the view of him who gives it. Wherever it turns, it succeeds. He who conceals an offense promotes love, but he who harps on it can separate even close friends. A rebuke makes more impression on a person of understanding than 100 blows on a fool. An evil person seeks only rebellion, but a cruel messenger will be sent against him. Rather meet a bear robbed of its cubs than encounter a fool in his folly. Evil will not depart from the house of him who returns evil for good. Starting a fight is like letting water through a dike. Better stop the quarrel before it gets worse. He who justifies the wicked and he who condemns the righteous, both alike are an abomination to Adonai. Why would a fool wish to pay for wisdom when he has no desire to learn? We'll pause there, friends. Good morning, Anthony. We'll pause there. Verse 17 of chapter, I think, 17. Yes. And that's where we'll pick up next time. Chapter 17, verse 17. Thank you for joining us this morning, friends, as we have continued in our reading of Proverbs. In a moment, almost immediately after this live closes, you will see a second live. And in the second live of this morning, we'll pray morning prayers. Peace be with you.